e-commerce network meeting that we are having together with the Swedish Chamber of Commerce in China. My name is Helena and I'm from Empress Consulting, and next to me I have
Simon Kai from Triple Digits.
welcome. This month meeting we will talk about e-commerce design, and something to remember when it comes to e-commerce business in China is that most stores takes place on e-commerce platforms like Tmall and Jingdong. And the design on these platforms are following the same pattern. And this is what we will talk about today. So we'll talk about what landing page, a product page, and occasionally promotion page that takes place on the platform. And also how to localize.
Yeah, and I mean, for the localization, I think a lot of brands, they do not think about that the landing page or the e-commerce store is actually the website in China, right? For the official website. So it's very important to give potential consumers a good impression of your brand and the values.
Exactly. So usually the consumers will visit your Tmall store before your website. So let's start to look at landing page. What is a landing page, Simon?
Yeah, so a landing page is basically the first thing that you see when you search for a brand in the e-commerce platform. So yeah.
So this is when you come in, we can call it the start page of the store. Let's have a little look at this Swedish brand called Gaston Luga and their landing page. So the landing page usually consists of 3 to 4 banners, pictures of the brand. It will really give you a feeling for the brand and the store. And then you can also usually find like a membership, you can find some coupons, some special gift to hook the customer before they're scrolling down on the page. And then you can also see the latest collections, you can see if there is special promotion, something that's going on right now, and there will also usually be inspiration pictures and a brand introduction about the brand as well. That's important to include.
Yeah, and here you can see 2 examples of brands and how their landing pages look like. So we will start with 80s. It is a Swedish fashion brand. So as you guys can see, the landing page, they have some visuals about what product they have on display. And also you guys can see that there's a membership award program that people can participate in. And here also with the store design, it's important to see that a lot of this design is actually by the platform and you cannot actually adjust it.
Exactly. Like up here, for example, we have the store name and a rating of the store as well that you will see in all the stores.
Yeah, and here let's look at the Beats. It's another brand. So the difference here that we incorporated videos in the landing page, and this is a feature which can be added on. It does cost, but then it might be useful if your product is suitable for to have a video.
Okay, so usually when you put up your pictures and do the design, there will not be an extra cost. But if you want to add something extra, then you might have to pay the platform as well.
Exactly.
Okay, and then we come to product page. What is that, Simon?
Well, a product page is basically a page specifically designated for the product. So usually it will include a lot of information about that specific product.
And why is a product page important? Or is it important?
Yeah, it is important because many people, they will actually find the product from the platform directly without actually going through the landing page.
Exactly. So usually how you discover a brand could actually be through the product page. So we will have a look and you can see how much effort that is actually put in every page. So this is also the Swedish brand Gaston Luga. We think they have done a very good job with their design. So usually on top of the product page, you will see 1 to 5 visuals, pictures. They can also be video to show the product. They can be both details and branding. And then here the product page start, the long design. So here you can see, every details about the product, the selling points, what are the features, very, detailed explained, inside picture, outside picture, different angles, different colors, what are the measurements, what are the lifestyle, how can you style this product, what is the inspiration that the customer can see. Usually there also can be customs declaration, there are packaging information. So when you receive the gift, that's also important to to make sure that the customer knows as much as possible about the product. And this is also important when it comes to returns. So the more information and truthful information that you put on this product page, the better the acceptance of the product will be when the consumer receive it as well.
Yeah, I can also add that the product page does contain a lot of reviews from previous buyers, so that is a very important factor when many Chinese consumers decide to buy or not.
Exactly.
I have a question, Helena.
Yeah.
How often would you say that Chinese consumer would buy directly from the product page and actually not even going to the landing page?
Very, very often. I cannot say exactly how many times, but usually if you find the product and you have enough information around it, you will not visit the landing page. Maybe if you don't know so much about this brand, you're interested in the product, but you want to learn more about the brand, then you might visit the landing page. So the product page is, I would say, it's more important than the landing page actually.
Oh, very
even
interesting.
though both is important.
Okay, so here again we have an example of Beats landing the product page, right? As you guys can see, that again incorporated videos, a lot of visuals, detailed information about the name, which is important for to drive traffic, right? It's similar to Google search algorithm. You have the detailed information about the size, the colors, etc. Where's the product sending from, reviews. So basically everything you need to have a good landing page. Product page.
Yeah, exactly. And here to the right, we can see this is like when you search. So if you search Beats earphones, this is what will pop up. So these are the product pages results. So when you click into this product page, this is the page that basically will pop up.
Yeah, so again, so here we can actually see that a lot of people, they will come directly to the product page, right? Instead of going to the landing page first.
Yes. So product page, very important. And you need to have, one product page for each product. So if you have a lot of products in your store, you need to spend a lot of time on each product page as well. And then we will talk a little bit about promotion page. What is that?
Well, the promotion page is basically a designated page for a specific promotion. That is very important when it comes to e-commerce platform in China.
So basically your landing page will turn into a promotion page during one of these promotions. So maybe we can just give some example of promotions, Simon. Which one are the most important ones to know about?
Yeah, I think a lot of you guys probably heard about Double 11, but also 618 is also a big, huge, important shopping festival. So these two are the biggest one, and then you have all the smaller one with Chinese New Year, etc.
Yeah, so the CNY is the Chinese New Year, and that's one of my favorite actually, because this is really a way to localize and really absorb cultural aspects of China as well, because this is important holiday for Chinese families as well. So let's have a look at the H&M CNY campaign from a few years ago. We can see that they really adopted like a new collection to this campaign, and it's a lot of red. That's also very normal to have for Chinese New Year. It's the color that you need to wear. But it's for this promotion page you can highlight if you have discounts, but you can also put in the localized like cultural aspects to make it really fit into the campaign.
Yeah, I mean the expectation of many consumers is that brands will actually have some sort of discount, even brands that usually don't have a discount.
Yeah.
But this is, again, I would say, a very localized feature that it's kind of expected, right? Even if you are a very upscale brand, that you respect these big shopping festivals, and the platform will actually support you with traffic, if you have like
a
participation.
Good offer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
You want to get offer and you want to really engage the consumer. So it's important that your design follow all these the elements. And when it comes to planning for this promotion page, it's important to be out in advance. So it's like when you are planning your exact promotion for one of these festivals, and you will have the price, what product should I push, maybe you should prepare a special product for this promotion as well. There's also a way to, get around discounts and more focus on new concepts or new products.
Yeah.
So be out in advance and do your planning well. So who are designing the store?
So for example, we are a TP company, so it means that we actually handle all the operations related to e-commerce store in China, and that includes also the design. So if you would work with a TP, then you can expect that the TP will actually be the ones that are designing the store, and this should be included in the price that you're paying for the services.
Yeah, so most of the times you will outsource your e-commerce stores to a TP like Simon's company. But if you're running your e-commerce in-house, you could also, of course, hire your own designers to do the design. But it's really, really important that you have e-commerce design experience when you're doing this, because if your team in Sweden or overseas are trying to design your store, usually the results will not be as good. I would say China for China. And you can also, of course, use design agency. That's also an option. So one important aspect is how to localize. We talked to, a lot of brands, and sometimes they are worried, that they will lose, their brand fielding, what they are standing for, when you start to adopt to the e-commerce design that is required in China. What's your experience, Ivan?
Yeah, I mean, this when it comes to design, this is often a lot of brands. One of the main key features where there's different views between the HQ and the local team in China. But here we have a very good example of a brand that they, because of unwillingness to adapt to the Chinese market. Design, the design of the store took months and months before we could launch.
Yeah, so it is important that you are doing the design for China. Of course, you shouldn't lose your brand. So it's important that you balance and look at other examples. One, like if you would like to try, you could try maybe 3 or 5 product pages, and that you do more localized, and then you can follow the data and see, because according to my experience. And this is what matters. It's sales in the end. So if you don't have a lot of content on your product page, or you don't have it in Chinese, you use English, basically you will not sell anything.
Yeah, I think Helena, you mentioned a very important point here, is that you can actually track all the views, right? The time people spend on your page, the click rate, etc. And it's also important to know that you can always change. And it's common for a lot of flagship stores to actually change the store design depending on seasons, or they have a new product coming out.
Yeah.
So it's not set in stone. You can always change.
Yeah, and it's always important to communicate with your local team. And ask them to give you, explain why things are the certain way, because things are different in China, and this is a closed, ecosystem, just for the Chinese to access.
Yeah, I agree. Helena, do you have some interesting stories to tell? Maybe some case where the HQ or the brand, they had the discussions about the store design?
Yeah, I remember one case we worked on, and that's also very important to remember, is to put video on your product page. And if you put a video that usually means you will get more traffic as well to the page. And we had some long discussions, to convince the brand on the home market to make video, because video is so important in China, especially the short video. And then when we started to add these videos into each product page, we started to see a lot of more traffic and also conversion in the end.
That is a very good point. And here again, from experience, we've worked with several brands with different categories. The always issue is that they don't have enough product visuals, right? Either they only have like 2 or 3 photos, or they don't have the video. But all that is super important in order to increase the sales conversion on the e-commerce platform.
Yeah. So usually a good way is also that you, of course, you have your brand guidelines, but your team in China are preparing all the content here. It's usually an easier way to do it.
Yeah, I really like what you were saying, Helena, about the content for China, right? Because we should, again, remember that the e-commerce environment in China is totally different from the West. So what you actually how your store looks like on for example Tmall, people outside of China, they cannot see it, right? So it doesn't really hurt your brand design, outside of China.
Yeah. So if you are not in China yet, I recommend you to download the e-commerce apps. They're all in Chinese, but you can start searching around and have a look at what does the landing page look like, what does the product page look like, and then when there's a special promotion, I really recommend you go in and check out the design and how it's changed as well. It's a good way to prepare.
Yeah, agree.
Okay, thank you so much for tuning in today. Next month, we will talk about e-commerce packaging. So that's also an interesting topic.
Yeah, looking forward.
Yeah. And if you want to get in touch with me or Simon, you have our contact information here. Drop us an email.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for coming.